Alright, hello, and welcome to my SmackDown review. What is up? A lot of big things on the show tonight. Mostly the main thing people are talking about tonight is the Money in the Bank, the Women's Money in the Bank match again. Pretty much the same match from Money in the Bank. But as we kicked off the show in San Diego, which was actually a really great crowd tonight and very vocal. And I actually enjoyed them. They pretty much played video packages, hyping up the Money in the Bank match and the title match between Naomi and Lana. Daniel Bryan was out there hyping up the matches as people chanting for him. You know, Daniel Bryan's always super over, even though he's not even wrestling. He's super over, and people believe now he's going to Ring of Honor, but we'll save that for another time. To come back and wrestle. But as Daniel Bryan talked about the matches, Carmella interrupted him. Said it's supposed to be the land of opportunity. This is the land of injustice. She's been treated unjustly, and that she wants her case back. She won the match fair and square. There's no disqualifications in a Money in the Bank match. He's a hypocrite. Seth Rollins to get his case taken away from him, and people have interfered. Men have helped other men win. So what's the difference here? And he says, you make good points about lack of disqualifications and, you know, handing someone else the briefcase and everything. But they never did hand the briefcase to somebody else. And, you know, I've made the match. Let's ask the crowd if the match should go. And everyone wanted it. Because Ellsworth pretty much grabbed the microphone in. He says, you guys are idiots. People chanting Ellsworth sucks. He told Bryan he was pathetic and, you know, that, you know, your grapefruits aren't cut in the same ring anymore, as he said, because of some, you know, little hokey injury and stuff. But as Bryan looked at him, he pretty much told Ellsworth, he said, you know what, tonight, this ain't about you. This is about the real superstars on SmackDown, he says. And, you know, you're banned from ringside, but you know what, you're not even banned from ringside. You're banned from the whole arena. And security grabbed him, and they grabbed him, kicking and screaming away. As Bryan pretty much looked at Carmella then, and he said, good luck later. So, yeah. The crowd was with them. They kicked off the first match with the Hype Bros and the Usos. People actually were chanting the Usos, and even with Mojo Rice saying he ain't hype. But the weird thing out of this whole match is that first off, they did the whole little commercial thing, you know, side by side, the side by side camera thing during the commercial, which was so strange to me because this was so long of a commercial. And SmackDown had a lot of commercials tonight, but this was so long that it literally was through the whole match. And I watched for a minute, but I don't really pay attention to this whole side by side screen thing most of the time. And when it came back, it literally was just the Usos winning the match in like a few seconds then. So it's like you missed the whole match unless you were paying attention to the side-by-side screen thing. That's the only way you were not going to know what happened if you paid attention to the whole commercial thing. New Day then came out and they had new shirts and they congratulated the Usos and you know, Biggie pretty much says, you know what, hold on, you know, we want the gold, sucker. We coming for you. And Xavier would say, we're coming to Usos, right? I think the crowd knew who it was. I like the little Booker T reference. They said, we want the gold, sucker. We coming for you, nigga. And stuff. That was funny, yo. That was funny. With the Booker T thing. The Usos then pretty much said, y'all deserve another shot. You can go whine and complain. It's going to be a shame. And you guys are going to be lame. He said, be careful what you wish. Because it ain't going to be about the New Day no more. It's going to be about this day one-ish. But you ain't getting no title shots, pretty much. But as Kofi said, you know, I'm going to rap back at you. And Kofi took the mic and he says, you know, I see you guys are a bit booty. We underdogs like Rudy. And your underdraws are like booty. and they all went nuts then. So hey, this feud still continues, and a little rhyme thing they had right there was pretty funny. We'll get more on that later in the show. But the Fashion Vice was next, as they had pictures of the Big Boss Man, Ascension, and Chimmel there and everything, which was kind of funny. And as they wanted to know who was one, who, you know, with the, the Ascension there, they were trying to crack this case, so they interrogated them in a room. And as Fandango tries to sweeten the deal, he says, we'll give you these Eddie Mooney tickets, and you'll have 2 tickets to paradise if you tell us who attacked Tyler Breeze. And they say, no, we only like grunge, metal, and other stuff. Breeze pretty much then, he took a squirt gun to the table. They brought them both there. They did a good cop, bad cop thing, but Tyler Breeze was pretty much a really good cop and had, sweeten the deal at offering them cheese plates and iced tea. Then some loud noise happened. They came with their squirt guns, and they found out the case that their office was messed up again, and the Ascension didn't do it. They were still sitting there. And as the Ascension sat there, they pretty much took the Eddie Mooney tickets and stuff. After they only said they only listened to thrash metal, but the segment was good. It had a few jokes here and there. It was still funny. I don't know if it was that funny, but I still enjoyed it. So it was pretty funny. I'll give it that. Even though it's funny how they did film noir. Now they're 1980s Miami Vice type of thing going on. So it was pretty good. I'll give it that. It wasn't funny as the other few, but I enjoyed it. Lana went against Naomi, which thank God this match went really quick, because Lana attacked her from behind and did her little finisher. After that, Naomi pretty much kicked her in the face and then hit her with the split-legged moonsault, won the match. As Lana was angry, Naomi pretty much held up her title and walked back to the back. So where does this Lana thing go from now? I don't know. I don't think they ever believed them. Listen, the first one match wasn't even that good at Money in the Bank, to be honest. It just really wasn't. I don't know if she's going to keep wrestling. I'm sure she'll find someone else to face, or if they ever bring Rusev back, put her back with her. So, to be honest, I thought it would look really silly if Lana won this match tonight for the title. Because like we said before, the first one, what did she do? What match did she wrestle? And I know some are going to say, oh, WrestleMania 32 in that tag match last year. That's over a year ago. This is one-on-one, okay? And she has not beaten anybody or done anything. I just thought it was so silly she got even 2 title shots in to begin with. So, at least Naomi is still the champion. I have no problem with that, because I really just thought it would look silly if she won the match, if Lana won the match. So, move on from that. Aiden English was getting ready to finally see Aiden English. Was going to go against wrestle somebody, but Randy Orton came out. Even though when they went to commercial break, it looked kind of odd how Orton just stood there for a minute. And when he came back, he was sitting in a chair because he RKO'd him. And he says he took out the WWE champion last week, and he wants his rematch for the title. And he'll sit out here all night. He will go in the locker rooms. He says he would take Jinder Mahal and kick the crap out of him. If he sees Jinder Mahal in the parking lot where everybody else will be, he will take him out. In the airport, I'll take him out. In my hometown of St. Louis, if he even brush passes me, I will kick the living hell out of him. Or any arena until he gets his title shot. Because he's going to go back and get ready to kick somebody's ass until Shane McMahon came out. Shane McMahon pretty much says, we have a lot of history together, but you can't go around threatening people outside of this ring. And Orton says, I don't care if you fire me in that, or get arrested, or whatever. He said Jinder assaulted my family, and he's going to take consequences, even though I got to fight a fight because Randy Orton has kicked John Cena's dad in the head and kicked Vince McMahon's his head in and hurt his family and stuff. So I think Orton's beating up some people's families. Now he's talking about, oh, you can't do this to me. and stuff. So yeah, again, I kind of found that funny, but Shane McMahon pretty much went on and he says, you know, yes, you use those tactics on my family, alright? You've done it before. But you will have your rematch at Battleground. But Jinder Mahal will decide a stipulation in the match. Jinder Mahal came out and says Orton didn't deserve a rematch. And the management and crowds are prejudiced against him. And, you know, he pretty much said, I'm going to do this stipulation because it was created by his hero now, the Great Khali, a Punjabi prison match. And I don't really want to see, do we really need to see another Punjabi prison match? That's a good question. Do we really want to see another Punjabi prison match? It's not like the other two, or maybe it was 3 that were good. This is the only Punjabi prison matches I think that really happened. This is over 10 years ago. They said was Undertaker versus Great Khali and Big Show. Was it Big Show? Big Show versus Batista, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Big Show versus Batista. So I don't really know if I want to see this match again. Like, literally, I don't know if do we really need to see a Punjabi prison match? I don't know. Maybe Vince just wanted to bring him back out just because it's Jinder Mahal and it's his title run. So maybe they keeping the belt on this long to do this. Orton's promo was pretty good. I'll say that, him trying to hunt down Mahal, do anything he can to kick the living shit out of him every time he sees him. But I don't really know where this Punjabi prison match would go. I don't know. I didn't even really think the last 2 were really that good. I think it never made sense to me. I know you gotta go through one door, then you gotta go through the other door, and I think that's how it works. So we'll see what happens, but I don't really know. I don't really think I want to see another Punjabi prison match, especially after this long. It's like, hey, let's just bring it out because Jinder Mahal's champion, blah blah blah. AJ Styles was talking to Daniel Bryan and, you know, talked about the whole open challenge thing Kevin Owens is doing. As Owens walked up and he says, you know, I've already beaten you, and that Styles needs to accept he's a loser. But AJ Styles pretty much told him, you need to accept your wrong burgundy definition of San Diego. Owens didn't have no idea what he was saying. And, you know, Owens is US champion. It's July 4th next week. Well, Daniel Bryan went on. He said, we're going to have an Independence Day Battle Royale to determine his challenger at Battleground. As Owens was pretty much pissed and walked off, and AJ liked it. Mike Bennett, or I guess I have to say Mike Kanellis or whatever, and Maria were pretty much about to introduce themselves until Sami Zayn immediately came out. They had no time to talk. I would have set up a feud between Mike Bennett and Sami Zayn. I don't know. Most likely could be. But Sami Zayn went against Baron Corbin. It was an okay match. Corbin got the clean win over him with the end of days after dodging a Haluva kick. I think someone expected Mike Bennett to attack Sami to cost him the match, but he didn't, so it just didn't happen. Shinsuke Nakamura was in the back, and he talked about when he liked to face Baron Corbin. He says Corbin is dangerous. He's motivated by fear. I didn't understand that first until I had to see it again. And Nakamura pretty much says that he fears what Corbin can do in the ring, and he has a right to be afraid of him. So Shinsuke said something like that and walked off then. Money in the Bank women's match, and yeah, I guess you could just say for Raw and SmackDown this week. All women on both shows main evented both Raw and SmackDown this week. Even though I didn't really think the Raw one needed to be main evented by the women. Even though it was a really good match, I didn't think there was really no hype for it to be main evented, and I didn't really think it needed to happen. But both sets of women from both shows main evented. Was this Money in the Bank match better than the first one? In a way, even though it was a lot of commercials. And yeah, we didn't really see any type of, insane type of stunts off the ladder, insane risk. yes, they did knock each other off the ladder. Becky Lynch hanging on to his Charlotte Tamina picked it up and they pretty much let it down, and Tamina kicked her off of it, or Carmella jumping off the ladder after all four women picked up the ladder and then set on another side, and she just jumped off the mid of the ladder. I think Natalya hit someone with the ladder, and she even did a powerbomb on Becky. There were a couple cool spots in there, but it was never nothing really insane. But it was a good match. The crowd was still good. It kept its good pace. It kind of, when it got down to the stretch and near the end of the match, James Ellsworth did come out and try to help Carmella, but Becky took out James Ellsworth and knocked him out, pushed him off the ladder into the ropes onto his nuts. And then Carmella got in and hit Becky with a chair. And then she got up and grabbed the briefcase and she won the Money in the Bank match. Again, I guess it was just to fix the controversy from what happened in Money in the Bank, since creative may have just screwed themselves there on that. But at least she gains a victory from this on her own, and she now has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm sure they'll do something with Ellsworth to continue this to keep going on, so yeah, I'll go with that. But like I said, matching it off, I guess Charlotte and Natalya will probably be in a feud maybe since they knocked each other off from the side. Becky maybe a feud with Carmella, or maybe Tamina. I'm not really sure. But like it was a good match. I'm not gonna hate on it. It was a really good match. It wasn't bad. Was it better than the first one? No. I don't know if I can really determine that in that. It was still enjoyable. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of crazy spots out there. And it was a good show. It's a good match. So, can't really complain about it that much. SmackDown was better than Raw. I'll go with that. SmackDown had its problems here and there. And now some people are wondering, where's American Alpha? Even at least they showed up last week. Same with Luke Harper. Still no sign of Ty Dillinger though. Ty Dillinger still missing. But SmackDown was a good show tonight. We got the Money in the Bank match again. I don't really want to see a Punjabi prison match, so I don't really think I'm 100% on that, or really even on board for that match, really. I still think it was odd with the commercial thing, how it just came back from the tag team match and the Usos immediately won, which they will have a rap battle next week, and with the New Day and the Usos. Hopefully some of these guys have bars on here, so we'll see how that goes. And if it shows, it'll be blow for blow. It'll make rain in the snow. That's why I can flow. And this is SmackDown, and this is the A show. Now, if you watch Monday Night Raw, you can get the hell on and go. Just remember, just say no. And maybe you'll find the dough. And maybe I can get the grass and roll it like a mow. I just messed up there. Homer Simpson, dough. There you go. I just gave you guys a few rhymes, and now I'm done with my time. It's time to shine. And this is my last line. Watch SmackDown, not Raw. I came in what I saw. Watching it is like a flaw. Unless it's crazy as LeVar Ball. And I'm sure everybody knows about the LeVar Ball segment from Monday, so I've already had to set my piece on that, and it's it can go either way, really. I've already reviewed it. You can check it out, how bad, cringeworthy, and maybe funny the segment was a little. I still can't get over the whole beat that nigga ass. What the fuck? That was just funny, though. I know they tried to promote the Lakers and draft pick, but this was just so insane, it made no sense on Monday. But yeah, SmackDown was a pretty good show tonight. We'll see what happens next week. Rap battle. Free agent John Cena returns to SmackDown 4th of July. I guess, Battle Royale to determine #1 contender for the U.S. title. So it's going to be a lot of things going down next week. I still don't know why they're doing this free agent John Cena thing. It's kind of crazy in a way. I don't know where they're going to do with this, unless he's going to be on both Raw and SmackDown. So we'll see what happens when John Cena comes back to the show next week. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.